Hey guys, it's May May and I'm excited to get started on my next SaCrafter's video. This is it's not really a picture frame, it's picture 3D art really that I showed you guys when I first got my design kit. There's this little piece, there's this piece that says family, then these two pieces, and then these two pieces. And what I wanted to do was gesso them real quick. I want to go ahead and get that on them. On all the pieces just to get us started. Now something that Saw does when she ships something to you, a lot of times the wood pieces will still be around it to keep these things from breaking. So you may have little pieces like this that you have to clean out, but it's no big deal. That just keeps it from breaking and shipping, and that's a really good idea. I like that she does that. Okay, good old wax paper. And this one I use for inking. So I want to make sure I don't get that on us here. And I just got some gesso. This is some I got. You probably saw it in one of my haul videos. I just picked this up not too long ago. Now my plan is to do a thin coat of gesso. The reason is, as you know, gesso is pretty thick, and I'm not in the mood to do all the thinning and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to use this sponge brush and I'm going to put it on here, but I'm going to do a thin coat just to give it a tooth. Now, from my last project of Saw's with the wood, I noticed that I really don't have to do this step, but I just kind of want to get it all an even color. Because this takes paint really well. But I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it yet, so I thought I would start with this. Let me get up here and get all the goop out. I just placed another Saw order and I got the oval frames. I'm excited to do some pendants or something with those. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I kind of have an idea from something that I saw Tutu Amy do. She did spoon bezels, and I thought, I wonder if I can put those ovals in a spoon. I'm going to have to start playing with that idea and see what I get. Now, what I have learned from watching other people with this, when you are painting or gessoing these wood pieces, when they have pieces that have to go together, you want to be really careful not to get glops in those areas, because you're going to have to use those like puzzle pieces, and you don't want them to be full of paint so that they don't go together easy. And I really am just putting a really thin coat on. Now these pieces will be easier, and the reason is they don't have anything for me to have to get in and out of, so these I'll just kind of run through. And then this other side. I would be a lot more particular if this was my final color, but it's just really just to have something everywhere so the paint that I put on will grab good. Now we just have to let all that dry. Okay guys, I am back. I have been thinking about this project since I did the gesso, and I want to do something a little different. I don't know if it'll work. We're just going to try it. First things first. Do I want to do that first? Okay, here, I'm going to set this aside. And all of these pieces, now that I have them gessoed, I'm going to paint them black. Because black's kind of my color. You know, I like black, and I've been thinking about how I want this to turn out, and I think I want these pieces to be black. So, let's do that. See this cup? Not coffee. That is paint water. Okay, everything's painted black. Then I'm going to paint black. And now, including myself, get a little bit of that off. And now we're going to do the old school I was talking about. Bring out some wax paper for this one. Probably should have for the last part too, but I didn't. Okay, I went ahead on the bottom of this and painted it black because that is not going to be part of this technique that we're going to do. And I'm going to take some Post-it notes and I'm going to stick them right at the bottom of this word family. If you have painter's tape, you can use painter's tape. I don't have any of that, so I'm just going to Post-it note it. You could use washi tape. I think that would work just fine. And I'm going to go ahead and cover the whole thing so I don't have any mistakes. Oh, I had it upside down. Something like that. And then something like that. Okay. Remember sponge painting? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to make this look a little bit like stone. So I have this khaki color, and I'm going to take khaki, and I'm going to sponge it on first. And I'm going to kind of dry sponge it. So I'm not going to use real wet. And I'm barely going to press because this is not a very, it's not a sea sponge, you know, that has all the holes in it. This is kind of more of a, you know, inking sponge, so I don't have a lot of holes. So I'm going to do like this and get that covered. And it's going to add a lot of texture for one thing, which I think is going to be neat. Okay, and then I'm going to take another color brown, which is this color called chocolate brown. I'm trying to read the French, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to mix just a tiny bit with that to give me a second color. Remember doing this, guys? Surely somebody remembers it. Okay, now I'm just going to barely go here, there, and yon with it. That's what we would say. Okay. Ugh. You can overdo it, so you got to be careful because you want to just keep going, but you can't. Okay, and then I'm going to take this color called, where's this color? Dark brown. Perfect. And I'm going to use it straight, just like it is. So there's got to be some in there. Okay, and on a different part of the sponge, a clean part, again, I'm just going to kind of barely get it. With the dark, I'm going to say less is more to start with. And then we're just going to... Do you remember doing walls like this in your house? I do. I remember, like, we did like wall after wall, and we were so proud of ourselves, and then we had to paint it, and it was horrible to paint. Ugh. I remember having to fix it. It's terrible. My dad was like, I could kill y'all for this. It was terrible. I think we did like an entire bathroom like this. But look how cool that looks. I'm going to take y'all in there. There we go. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a second, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the back side just like we did the front side. Big reveal. Okay. I'll reveal it close. I love this part. Only a little bit got under, but I can touch that up with some black. Now, how did that get there? Oh, I peeled some off. I can touch that up, no big deal. I'm going to use fresh Post-it notes because I don't want to take a chance of it bleeding when I flip it over. I think that looks so good. Look at that. Didn't that look great? Okay. All right, let's flip it over and do the other side. Looks just like rock to me, just like it. Okay, so we're going to start with, we're going to start with Post-it notes. Almost messed myself up. Okay, I'm going to post it here. Oh, I know how it's smeared because I didn't get this black line straight when I was first painting it. Not a problem. We can come back and fix that. Those aren't even. Put that down. Let's stick this down here. Probably overkill, but just in case, don't want to mess anything up. Okay, I'm going to start with that lightest color again, khaki. Just a dot. And this one I'm pretty much, you know, this is pretty much the solid color. The three colors when you're doing this really makes the variation. And the sponging gives it the texture, which I think is super cool. Okay, so there's that side. So now we want to mix on this side with the chocolate brown. Just a bit. So I'm going to go here and here and just kind of mix that up. Not too much paint, because that can mess you up. Again, don't overdo it. And now let's go straight to the brown again. I love that. I think it looks like stone. Love it. Okay, let me clean my hands up. Okay, so I folded that paint over so it's underneath here, but I'm going to use this for a second. And what we're going to do now is touch up the black. A little bit of black. I still had some over here. I left it because I felt like I probably have to touch something up. I'm going to touch up this where I pulled it off with the Post-it note. And then I'm going to go right along this edge and clean this up. I don't know how many of you paint like this, but I'm going to give you a tip. When you're painting a free edge like this and you're having to do it free-handed, what you want to do is load the edge of your paintbrush up, and you want to let that bead of paint do the work. Not actually the paintbrush. You're kind of letting the bead of paint lead. The brush is just applying it. Then you just feather it out so it blends in. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and then we're going to do something else. Okay, so this part I think is going to really make this look like stone. I'm going to take triple thick and put a shine on it like granite. And this will take a while to dry. I'll probably just, you know, move on to something else and let this sit overnight. But I think this is going to be really pretty. I'm going to go thin coats, and I can always add more. Somebody told me the other day, they're like, I thought I was the only one still using triple thick. I love this stuff. If you're not using it, why? Is it old school? Because I just discovered it like 2 years ago. Is there something better that I should be using? Let me know. Make sure I get it all coated good. Cool. Okay, check that out. Doesn't it look like rock? I think it does. I'm going to let it dry, and we will work on that some more. Probably in the morning, or I don't know. At some point in time, we'll get back to that. We'll set it aside to dry. For our next important pressing item is this guy. This is the frame that's going to hang and hold our picture, and this is where I want to really showcase some burlap. Remember my laminated burlap that I just absolutely adore? This is where I want to use it. What I'm going to do is turn this over, take my frame, and I'm going to trace it onto this burlap. Before you pick it up, make sure you got all your areas traced. Even if you go back over some, it won't matter. Good, good, good. Alright, and now I'm just going to cut this out. Now, the reason you need to use a marker to trace it is because I did it with a ballpoint, and look, I couldn't see my line, and I totally messed it up the first time. So don't do that. Don't waste burlap. Okay, now I bet you know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to glue it on. Oh, it's gonna be so cute like that. I love it. I'm gonna glue that down. Yeah, I used a lot of glue. I don't want it to go anywhere for many, many years. So it's a lot of glue. The burlap, I mean the lamination on the burlap is going to keep the burlap together. I just want this to keep this on here forever. And I really want it right to the edge. Oh, I love that. So cute. Okay, we're going to let that dry and we'll move on to something else. So I have let this sit overnight, and then this morning I went ahead and did another coat on it. So look how good it looks. I really think that looks cool like granite. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Okay. Now then, I had another idea I think I want to do. On these bases, see what will happen is this is the actual base, then this will be on top of it. I think I want to burlap this too, because it's going to hang like this. I just really think I want to, so I'm going to do that too after I do all the painting, but it'll still look cool. I'm hoping I had enough of this to do it with, so I don't have to get out another piece. Oh, just enough. Perfect. You can come down here and do it. I think I got a little extra here. Y'all know me and my burlap. I don't know, I just cannot get enough of it. Cut away this little green edge. Okay, and I'm going to glue it to this top part. But first I need to cut those little, I guess I could do those with an X-Acto. Let me look. I don't know if I can or not. Let's just try it with it sitting down. Then I'm just going to cut it like so. It's not bad. Good deal. Okay, now let's glue it down. Do you see what I just did? I just put it on upside down. I think I can save it though, because that glue is going to dry clear. Oh, how silly of me to do that. Oh well, it'll dry clear. Now that I've had to rub it, I want to clean up the edges. Okay, I want to show you something. When I did these two, I went ahead and painted the inside edge just a little bit inside, so that when I do sandwich these, if you see any of the black, if you see any of the inside, you'll only see black and you won't have any raw wood showing. Makes sense? Look how good the black and the burlap looks together. See these pieces coming together? I can. Okay, let's decide. Let's go ahead and poke holes in the Because, you know, I covered my holes. I need to poke those back in. We'll see if my little crocodile will do it. If it won't, we can get out the big bite. But let's just try it. Nope, won't fit in. Let me get it. Let me get the big one. Okay, so this is the big bite. And which one do I need? I think this one will do it. Yep, I was able to use the 3/16 side. Okay, now a couple more things. Okay, a couple more things I got out while I was up. You have a couple of options for hanging this frame. You can use these little hooks like this, these little circle hooks. I don't know what these are called. Or you can use anything else, ribbon, or I have this twine that looks, it's not really twine, it's a, I can't read what it is. Silk. Oh, it's silk cord. I couldn't read it. Ah, duh. Okay, so silk cord. And then I have these little words I thought were really cute. And I'm going to use these in some way. So let's prep these real quick. And I'm going to use a cheater's way out because I don't want to get any more paint out. And everything's pretty clean. So I'm going to use the bag that this came in as my protectant so I don't waste any more wax paper. I'm going to lay these down and I'm going to ink them. Am I cheating? I think I'm cheating. Or maybe, hey, that's brilliant, y'all. You decide. Cheating or brilliant? Okay. Stays on ink. Get them all inky. And if you want texture, this is a good way to get the texture because look how that's coming through. Pretty neat, huh? It's not totally black. I think I'm going to do it like that. I like that. And then I got these little rocks out that were so cute. One says laugh and has little bugs on it. And I pulled out these. Remember these rusty stars? I think I have an idea for these. I think they might be really cute in a spot on here. So now I think we're ready. We can start assembling this guy. Okay. This is a simple, easy, super cute project with a big payoff. I mean, it's really going to look like a lot more than what you did. I got a little glob of paint. I'm going to go ahead and get that off because if I don't, that's not going to fit in where it goes. And that's not going to show anyway, so I'm not going to stress over that. Or is that going to show? Yeah, we can touch up at the end. I'm going to have to touch that one up. Okay, so let's assemble as much as we can. First things first, I'm going to put these guys in because I feel like if anything's going to give me a problem, it's going to be where I have this burlap. Get that to get in there and flatten. And it's almost there. There we go. And now this side. That burlap's really making it tight. I'm not even putting glue in there because I'm going to glue the bottom to it. Trying to be real careful not to break the wood piece. This has paint and burlap, so it's not going to be easy to put it in there. I think I'm going to trim some more of that away. Oh, this side's really bad. That was probably the side giving me the problem. Let's try that again. Yep, I felt it go. Let's check. Yep. Good, good. So there is that. Now then, this piece will go here at the top. That is so super cute, y'all. And with the paint, I'm not even gluing it. It is so tight. You see this? It's not loose at all. So I'm going to leave it just like that. Isn't that precious? Okay, now then, I'm going to go ahead and glue this base down because that will really help this bottom portion. and I'm using a lot, and it's going to seep out, and that's okay. I want it to be sturdy. You might want to, if you're going to put this on your furniture, put some felt or something underneath here, or put some feet. Feet would be really cute. I might look into see what I've got to make feet. See, glue is seeping out, no biggie. Just kind of wipe it away. Look at this, it's looking so cute. I love the black and the burlap and then the family word. That's so cute. Okay, there was one thing I wanted to do to the top. Can you see how I've got some messy paint at the top? I do want to fix that, so I do have to pull some paint out after all. I'm going to use this little brush. And not a lot of paint because I don't want it to go everywhere. Just want to touch this so that if you're looking at it from the top, it looks clean. Because you will see this more than anything else. I think that this frame would be really cute and shabby chic. Here's the thing. I don't do shabby chic in my house. Like I said, I have boys, so there's rarely anything girly in my house. So even my bedroom is not shabby chic. This color scheme will fit my house anywhere I want to put it. I can even put this in the kitchen. So if your house is a different theme, feel free to do this in a different way, because I think this can be done in any decor at all whatsoever. And I think it'd be fun to do it in different ways. If you get this from Saw and you do one, I would love to see what you come up with. And if you try this technique to make the faux wood, the faux stone, I'd like to see that too. You'll be able to see it better in pictures. Okay, and I'm really doing this simple, y'all. This is not hard at all. Okay, this is going to hang. Let me show you. This is going to hang here, and it'll be ready for a photo. So I'm going to use these guys. I don't know. I kind of wanted this to go right here. You really can't see that, can you? I don't think you can see that very well. Gosh, the raw wood probably would have been better. Let me see what it looks like if I paint it. I tried to avoid the painting. So I'm just kind of sloppily dry brushing this just to give it kind of texture. I think that's better, but it needs something under it. Oh, this is cute. I'll show you what we're going to do with that, because that's a cute idea. Okay, let's go ahead and hang this. No, I forgot. I want to ink the edges. Almost forgot that. Around the edges of this and this. Gosh, I'm glad I remembered that part. Told you, this is the part I forget all the time. Just think this will make this frame stand out. And I'm not rubbing because I don't want to fray the burlap, but if you wanted to fray it, you could rub this and it would probably fray it pretty good. This burlap lends itself to ink so well. I want to do a scrapbook layout with the burlap. I think it'd be beautiful. Oh, that's much better. Now let's do the base. And this color, this is the vintage photo. It's going to bring the color of those stars in when I put them on. Good. Okay. Now, I'm just so anxious to hang it. That's the problem. Okay, let's get it hung. Here's one side. The other side. And you could do anything. You could cover these. You could use something different. You don't have to use these little hooks if you don't want to. I just think it'll look good on there. See that? Doesn't that look cute, the way it's just hanging? So cute. Kind of like a scrapbook. You could so put a mini album on there. You could make a mini album out of this and put it on there. What a good idea I just had. And I wish I'd have thought of it before. But I didn't. Okay, let me show you what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to glue these little guys down here like a little pile of rocks. Because they are rocks. Just for little looks. That's cute. Okay. Again, try not to be girly. I think rocks are boyish, right? This would be cute if you had a picture from the mountains. And I might have a picture where we went to the mountains that would be cute to put in there because of the rocks. Super cute. Okay, and now I'm going to try to add these stars. And since I used those rings, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to put this aside. Now the trick is finding the end. There it is. Now this may get difficult because what I want to do is I want to wrap it around this edge. And I want the stars to kind of lay. I want it to be kind of rugged. I'm going to cut it in pieces. That won't hurt anything. Got my little nipper out. And this way I'll be able to wrap it and put them where I want them. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I know it's hard for you guys to see, so I'm going to turn it where you can see it. See that? And I like the wire showing, where like some area it's just wire, and then some it's star. Oh, it's so cute on there. Okay. It's funny, it almost feels beachy. That's looking good. Now I'm going to run some down this side. Check this out. Oh, I moved my rocks around. Look at this. Isn't that cute? And look what happened at the top where that star fell by family. Isn't that cute? And all the way down the side. I like that. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to cut some of these off and glue them on too. Because I think I can put them right where I want them. I kind of want one to lift up and be dimensional. That would be cute, huh? do some more. Okay, so I painted this with one more coat of acrylic paint to make it lighter, because where I'm going to put it, it needed to be lighter. And I took a bunch of the star wire and wrapped it and wrapped it and wrapped it. And then I just put a star on here and glued it down. And then this is going to get glued up here. And I'm going to lay it forward and see if you guys can look at it and see if everything will stay where it's supposed to be. Worried about those rocks falling off. Okay, can you see it? Isn't it cute with all the stars? And this little star. And then this little guy, I'm going to glue right here at the very bottom of family. Right here. That's cute. Okay, so I'm done. And when I take pictures, I'm going to go ahead and put a picture in there for you guys to see it. So when I take pictures for the video at the end, you'll be able to see it with a picture in it. I think it'll be cute. So there you go. That's it, guys. My latest SaCrafter design. That's the frame. See the top? And then the hanging piece. And then all that on the bottom. Okay, gotta let it dry. And I will see you guys at the end of the video with pictures.